thanks for tuning in guys. This is Elizabeth from You Game, You Music. I'm sure a lot of you have seen tutorials for what kind of stuff you should get for your computer, essential beauty product, but I haven't really come across a video that is especially for musicians. I'm going to tell you guys 5 essential items a musician should have. Doesn't matter if you play jazz or rock or classical or simply just acoustic instrument like I do, I play a viola. Doesn't matter because all these items are essential for anyone who plays a musical instrument. The first item is an almost free item. It's the tuner. Oh, this way. A tuner. So why do I say a tuner is almost free? Because you can get free apps from your smartphones like phone, or you can get a really professional one that is really bulky, heavy, or you can just get a pitchfork, which is very old school, but I don't think you can go with the tuning fork. It's made of metal and you don't want to hit it on your instrument. You can try to hit it on my sister though. Those bulky electronic digital battery powered tuner, it's kind of old school as well. I used it when I started playing viola, but I don't really use them now. Now everyone almost have a smartphone, so you can simply download a tuner app, then you're good to go. The tuner goes with you, and the one I'm using is called the Cleartune. As you can see, it runs around when I say, if I put everything in an A note, hopefully it gets the A. No, it's not right tune. So the great thing about getting a tuner on app is because it's digital and you can use the options there, and you can calibrate the tune. If you play a baroque instrument into 415, I believe, or well, don't do that on your own risk, okay? So unless you know what you're doing. And you can transpose stuff when you are playing a trumpet or any transposed instrument in an orchestra, and you can quickly switch to the notes that everyone is talking about. And you can always try to figure out some extra functions in the app, so you can just figure it out, and it can't be free. The Cleartune, I got it a few years ago. It cost $28 Hong Kong dollars back then, so it's about $3, $2.99 I think, but they no longer maintain it, but it still works perfectly fine, so I still use it. I haven't really got a new free app tuner recommendation yet. I might get one later on, but not yet so far. A tuner is a must for musicians. At least tune your instrument. If you play a piano, you want to tune your friends. No, I mean, maybe at least know your piano is out of tune when it comes to handy, okay? Second must-have item is a music stand. I can't believe how many people don't own their music stand here in Hong Kong. When I was in England, going to orchestra rehearsals, everyone brings their own music stand. But in Hong Kong, music stands are provided. That's why a lot of people do not own their music stand. This music stand is not even expensive. It cost me 100 Hong Kong dollars, which was about £9 UK dollar, like less than $8 US, or you can get it cheaper from Amazon. And it can fold. It doesn't take a lot of space, so you should really invest one. Even if you are a pianist, if you have a friend coming over to your house and play a duet with you, and you have to share the stand on the piano, it could be quite headache. There are 2 main types of music stand I own. First one is the folded one I showed you guys, so I can bring it around if I need to. On the other hand, I have this very sturdy one. It's called the heavy duty one if you want to search it online. I use this at home. I really like this. This is my Christmas gift, so I really like it. I mean it, because I always want to have a healthy duty stand that doesn't have holes in it. Why would people want holes on the music stand? Seriously, if you want to write something on the score and you just accidentally poke through the score, how funny, haha. So I really would like people to invest their own music stand. Don't use your violin case as a music stand anymore, please, for God's sake. And the remaining items are all stationaries. The third essential item is a folder. This is not a typical clear folder you see. On the outside, the folder have a very classy black look, so it actually suits most of the concert. You can use it on stage, which is good. And if you look at the inside, this is why I said it's not a typical clear folder. You can see there's 4 corners that actually hold a music or a piece of A4 paper. It has a little pocket at the top and the bottom as well to prevent scores falling out. If you had experience before having a clear folder, if you put the thing upside down, then pooh, all scores are gone. Voila! And I think this is very useful for musicians in Hong Kong particularly, because we don't really have a department or a company to borrow or hire scores from. So usually either we buy it and then have a hard copy to copy the parts to orchestra people, or when people go to IMSLP downloading music, and this is where the paper will go. And the great thing about this folder is you can add pages in it. If you're a very giggy guy, is that even a word? So if you have a lot of scores to put in, you can always add extra pages. This folder is not exactly cheap as a folder. They have the simpler version that only contains one big rectangle on the top and the bottom, which does the job as well. And I like how it just holds 4 corners, so you can still write at the top, say, "Dear orchestra people, please do not lose the music," kind of thing. So the 4th essential item is a pencil. Freaking pencil. Seriously, people, it helps your rehearsals or your practice a lot. So what kind of pencil? A normal HB pencils or like a mechanical pencils like this will do the job for most of you, because these pens are accessible. It should at least have one in your life, so you can get it really cheap from stationery stores if you really need extra ones. An HB pencil is what I use for mostly orchestra pieces, because you need to return scores, you need to erase scores before you return it back to the librarian. So HB pencils is a standard one. The pencil I showed you is a 6B Stedler pencil. I bought this especially for my full score studies. I had 2 and I broke one. I just tape it. As you can see, there's an extra add-on on this pencil, which is an eraser. So when you write stuff, you might happen to get something written wrong, so you want to erase it. This eraser is from Faber-Castell. You can see these items are just really normal pens that people, why am I doing this? And I use it to put it on top of my 6B pencil, because it gets really messy if you put it around your bag or your pencil case. And you can just bring one pen to rehearsal. You don't need to bring that tiny eraser that rolls over to the black hole when you drop it. It doesn't matter what brand it is, it's just a pencil tipped eraser. So which it's really useful for orchestras, or simply put it in your instrument case. You can bring it around and mark stuff on your score. But I have extra recommendations on pencils that might boost your productivity when you practice, which is ball pens. And this is not the normal ball pens, this is those that you can erase it. Can you see those? These are very popular pens nowadays. It's from Pilot Frisian series. I don't really know how to pronounce it. This set of pen has 10 colors. If you don't want to use it for music score, you can use it for drawings and anything. I use this for my personal viola studies, so I can mark different stuff over time. So if I use 2 colors, it means I have practicing this piece for too long and I need to really think about it. You don't really have to buy a set. You can only buy 1 color. I believe it's $23 now in Hong Kong, so I'm not sure how much it is in foreign countries, but it's definitely cheaper in Japan. That's why I got a full set of 10 colors when I went to Japan. So people used to use the color pencils for the scores, but obviously the problem was you can't really erase it clearly. But these pens does the job. The great thing about this are you can write on it and erase it on the other tip. So if you really like pink, which I don't, then you can just write on it and then erase it. I used to have 2 pens only before I buy the whole set, which is the ugly pink I showed you guys and the majestic green, which is known as the slithering green. Yes! I think 0.7 is a good width, or how do you call it, thickness, to use because it's really visible on your score instead of 0.3, which I own a red one at the back. I use it for usually my schedule book, but for scores 0.7. 4 down, last to go, and this last very essential items for musician is my secret weapon, because a lot of people ask me, oh, what that is, when they see it on my music stand. So it's this tiny little guy. It's a pen holder from Muji. Like I said, this is a pen holder, unlike other accessory like a tuner or the music stand, music folder that was made for music scores. This is just a typical accessory from a stationery store. It's a pen holder, so it was meant to be chucked onto a notebook like that, and you can just chuck pens in it, or your favorite pen, so you can bring it around with you. But I twerk it a bit. No, I think it's called tweak, not twerk. Twerk is another thing. I put a pencil and a long eraser. This is also from Muji, and I broke it as well. I think I sat on it accidentally, and you can just bring one pen and erase at the same time. You can use any of these with any folded music stand because they are thin enough. You can just simply chuck it on that, so it will do the work. Some of you might have already figured out that music stands provided by some music concert halls are thicker than it should be on the bottom bit or the side bit. So when you come across to those kind of music stands, you can always use the folder. The folder has a margin on it, so what I would do is just to chuck that pen holder on the folder, because this is actually why it's made. It's very simple, so you can slide it out, write stuff, and slide it back in. Ta-da! Done. You don't have to serge it underneath behind the scores on the music stand like you used to. So this is very convenient. I don't really think you need a double one if you have one of those single-headed eraser pencil, but I figure out these erasers might get very dirty at time after time, so I prefer have a proper eraser with me. That's why I have the dual one. Yeah, very useful, and this is my secret weapon because a lot of people ask me what this is, and it's just a Muji pen holder. This wraps up the video for today. 5 essential items every musician should have. If you guys have anything else that you think is more useful than mine, then definitely leave a comment down below and let me know so I can have a look and maybe actually try on and feature it in the next video. I mean, I'm open to new stuff, so like my video list, right? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe at the bottom somewhere. There. If you find this actually useful, or you want to chuck this video to your student and say, hey, watch this, learn, bring a pencil, mate, then you can just do that and share this video to your friends. I do have a Facebook page, but I'm more active on Instagram, so definitely check out my social medias. Once again, thank you very much for watching. This is Elizabeth from New Game, New Music. If you want to know more about game music, or music, then this is the right place for you. And guys, stay tuned.